Seniors, you're losing muscle fast, unless you eat this one food. The room is quiet, and I invite you to breathe slowly as if opening a window to fresh morning air. Imagine we are seated in comfortable chairs facing one another, cups of gentle herbal tea warming our palms. I share a simple truth: the heaviness you sometimes feel in your arms when you reach for a bookshelf, the shakiness that creeps into your knees when rising from a soft sofa, these are not the whispers of fate telling you to step aside. They are only friendly taps on the shoulder, gentle reminders that your body is asking for a certain daily gift. Once you discover how to offer that gift, strength returns like a long-lost friend knocking at the door. Our conversation today is the map, and by the time the tea has cooled you will know exactly how to use it. Look at the body you carry through every garden path, grocery aisle, and family gathering. Beneath familiar skin live countless fibers that pull, twist, and steady each movement, even the smallest turn of the head when you greet a neighbor. Those fibers are more than threads, they are guardians. They cradle the heart, pump lifeblood, and keep bones from crumbling under everyday tasks. They draw air into the chest like bellows, feed the brain with oxygen, and keep imagination bright. When the threads weaken, balance slips away like gravel underfoot, breath grows shallow, and sudden tiredness settles over the mind. Yet guardians do not abandon their post without cause, they leave only when they receive no new bricks to repair the wall they defend. Picture a lamp in a quiet living room. It glows whenever a finger nudges the switch. Now imagine the wire hidden in the wall gradually fraying because no one checks it. Night after night the filament strains until, with a small sigh, the light flickers out. Muscles behave in much the same way. If they do not feel daily encouragement from nourishing food and easy movement, they behave like that neglected wire. They dim. They ask less of themselves. Soon the body stores extra energy as padding, while true power slips away as quietly as dusk. This slow fade is not cruel destiny, it is only the logical choice cells make when their workplace runs out of building material. Every building requires an essential block. For muscles, that block is pure, honest protein. Think of protein as smooth clay offered to a sculptor. Without a fresh slab each day, the artist can only polish yesterday's figure, cracks remain, and details blur. Provide new clay, and the sculptor reshapes beauty every sunrise. In the same manner, when a steady stream of protein arrives at breakfast, lunch, or supper, fibers patch tiny tears caused by climbing stairs or lifting groceries, then weave themselves thicker than before. Without it, those tears remain open, and the fabric thins the way an old sweater wears at the elbows. Many plates glisten with sauces and spices, yet deliver little help to tired tissue. There is a difference between leaving a meal satisfied and leaving it fortified. Imagine watering a rose bush with sweetened lemonade. The soil becomes soggy and fragrant, but roots thirst for clear water and minerals. The bush may bloom once, then droop. Feed it clean water and balanced nutrients, and deep red petals return. Your body is that rose bush. Rich pastries may comfort the soul for a moment, yet they fail to send vital bricks where builders wait. A bowl of tender cottage cheese or a handful of earthy lentils, on the other hand, slips those bricks directly into calloused palms. You need not chase exotic powders or pay fortunes for miracle cures hidden behind glossy labels. Strength grows quietly in the pantry you already trust. In early morning light, stir creamy yogurt with a spoonful of toasted seeds and feel the gentle crunch promise resilience. During a midday pause, spread mashed chickpeas onto warm whole-grain toast and sense your heartbeat settle into a confident rhythm. When twilight settles, steam a modest fillet of fish or crack an egg into bubbling vegetable soup, and let the fragrant vapor remind you that renewal can taste like childhood comfort. These foods are honest, friendly, and eager to serve. Of course, bricks alone do not raise a wall. Builders move, lift, balance on ladders, and nod to one another as they work. In that lively dance, the wall grows higher. So too does your body crave motion alongside nourishment. Yet motion need not resemble crowded gyms or rigid regimens. It can be the simple act of rocking heels to toes while waiting for the kettle, gliding palms across wallpaper as you trace the hallway, or coaxing shoulders into slow circles while watching evening news. Muscles notice even small gestures, just as seedlings lean toward the faintest sunbeam. When fibers grow firmer, a new freedom appears. You feel it the moment you stand from a chair without bracing on the tabletop, the moment you open a stubborn jar with a single confident twist, the moment you carry a grandchild across a lawn without counting steps. Freedom lifts the chin, softens worry lines, and brightens laughter. It tells the mind, you are in charge, not the calendar hanging on the wall. Starting can feel like facing a hill whose peak hides in mist. The secret is to place only one thoughtful habit at your feet each dawn. Perhaps it is swirling a spoonful of cottage cheese into morning porridge. Perhaps it is a gentle walk to the corner before the mail arrives. Perhaps it is a slow exhale before closing your eyes at night, letting drifting thoughts settle like autumn leaves. Choose a habit so light it feels almost trivial. Repeat it faithfully. Soon that small act carves a path through the forest, and larger habits follow behind like curious deer. We reach the final moments together, and I invite you to picture a campfire glowing at dusk. Flames dance as long as fresh logs arrive. Ignore the fire, and embers fade into ash. Pay attention, feed it steady wood, and it crackles with warmth deep into the night. Your strength is that fire. Age may scatter a few white flecks of ash around the edges, yet the core can blaze as fiercely as ever. All it asks is the daily gift of honest protein and gentle motion. Choose to tend the fire, and tomorrow's sunrise will find you standing tall, legs steady, heart bold, ready to greet the day with unshakable energy. Imagine a lighthouse standing on a rocky cliff. Its bright beam guides ships and keeps sailors safe, but only if the tower itself is solid. Your muscles are that tower. They hold you upright at the bus stop, steady you on a staircase, cradle your ribs while you laugh with an old friend. Deep beneath the skin, strands of living rope tug in harmony whenever you lift a kettle or turn the pages of a favorite novel. When these strands weaken, balance trembles like a lantern in strong wind, joints bear more weight than they were built for, and the heart must pump harder to move the same load uphill. A wobbly lighthouse still shines, yet each storm chips away another brick. The sooner we reinforce the tower, the sooner its beam can sweep the waves with confidence again. Now close your eyes and picture a soft blanket draped over a sleeping child. Strong muscles act as that blanket for every organ you carry. They cushion bones, hug arteries, and keep sugar moving out of blood and into eager cells that crave fuel. When the blanket thins, bones knock together and bruise, sugar lingers in the bloodstream like uninvited guests after midnight, and the brain begins to run on half-lit streets instead of bright avenues. You may notice forgetfulness where memories once sparkled or feel breathless after tying shoelaces. These signs are not warnings of doom, they are kind invitations to rebuild the blanket, to thicken its weave with new threads of strength so the body can rest beneath it once more. Picture a once busy workshop at the edge of town. For years hammer blows rang out, sawdust drifted in steady clouds, and finished tables lined the walls. Then customers dwindled, orders stopped, and the carpenter closed the door, leaving tools to rust. Your body behaves just like that workshop. When movement fades and meals lack repair material, the brain quietly signals, close the shop, there is no demand. Enzymes slow their dance, hormones drift to sleep, and muscle fibers slip into early retirement. The body, always practical, decides energy is best stored as soft padding around the waist rather than as hard-working tissue. Chairs squeak a little louder, shoes scuff the floor more slowly, and the workshop grows silent. But here is the miracle, the carpenter never moved away, he is only napping in the corner. Light one lamp and sweep the floor, and he will stretch, grin, and pick up his chisel again. A single daily serving of the right ingredient and a gentle routine of motion tap him on the shoulder like an old friend. Soon sawdust floats in the morning sun, wood shavings curl across the bench, and sturdy tables emerge one after another. Your muscles remember their craft, they merely need a reason to resume it. The dawn sky often blushes before anyone notices, painting rooftops with soft rose light. In that hush lies a promise, an invitation to rebuild what night has gently worn down. The builders inside your body wait like early rising artisans, sleeves rolled, eager to mend tiny hairline cracks in the walls of strength. They cannot work with empty hands. They reach for fresh bricks made of pure, honest protein, the simplest yet most generous gift you can offer each new day. Picture a meadow after spring rain. The ground drinks deeply, and seedlings push up gleaming leaves almost overnight. Without regular showers, those shoots wilt, and petals curl inward. Protein is the nourishing rain for muscle fibers. Each bite of creamy yogurt, each spoonful of nutty lentils, each forkful of tender fish releases invisible droplets that soak into cells, coaxing them to rise, broaden, and smile with vigor. When those droplets never arrive, fibers shrink like thirsty stems, and the meadow of your body turns patchy and pale. Some friends worry the word protein belongs in laboratories or under bright gym lights. In truth, it rests quietly in market baskets you already trust. Think of cottage cheese, humble and white as morning clouds. Imagine fragrant beans simmering in a clay pot, browns and burgundies swirling into earthy comfort. Picture eggs rattling lightly in a carton, tiny packages of sunrise sealed beneath fragile shells. These are not exotic travelers from distant ports, they are neighbors waving from the fence, ready to stroll into your kitchen and offer their help. Now feel your palm curl around a smooth wooden door handle. That small twist is a silent negotiation between dozens of fibers. Protein supplies the ink that signs the agreement, promising another day of firm grip and steady wrist. Without it, the signature fades, and the handshake grows uncertain. Stirring a pot, lifting garden shears, or brushing snow from a window ledge all require such unspoken covenants. By granting protein its daily seat at the table, you keep those contracts clear and strong. Taste, too, has a say in the matter. No virtue hides in meals that pinch the nose or burden the tongue. So spread a spoon of soft cheese across warm rye bread, drizzle it with a thread of golden honey, and let sweetness meet satiety in a friendly embrace. Fold bright herbs into mashed chickpeas until aromas of cedar and meadow drift upward. Poach a fillet of river fish with sprigs of dill that pop like tiny fireworks of fragrance. Satisfaction and strength need not bicker, they can sit side by side, clinking glasses to your continued freedom. Step into an orchard at dusk. Baskets brim with fruit, yet only the ripest spheres carry full sunshine in their flesh. Your table can look just as abundant, but true nourishment glows only in parts of that bounty. A plate heavy with sugary pastries and refined flour may hush a rumbling stomach, still, it whispers no encouragement to weary muscles. It is a lullaby that lulls the builders back to sleep. Imagine a small vegetable garden behind a cottage. The soil is rich only when compost, leaves, and rain mingle beneath the surface. Scatter candy wrappers there and nothing blooms. Likewise, the heart, bones, and brain require more than fullness, they require thoughtful fuel. When breakfast leans on white bread slathered with jam, energy spikes high and dives low, leaving you adrift in fog. When supper swims in creamy sauces yet offers little substance, night falls heavy on restless joints. The orchard inside your body waits, baskets poised, for fruit that still holds the sun. So choose color like an artist mixing paint. Scoop emerald peas beside coral salmon. Sprinkle amber walnuts across jade spinach. Swirl snowy yogurt with indigo berries until the bowl resembles twilight speckled by stars. In each hue hides a chorus of helpers, minerals to knit bones, healthy fats to oil aching hinges, antioxidants to sweep debris from busy streets of thought. Together with steadfast protein, they create a tapestry that warms every corner of being. Still, perfection is an impatient master, forever tapping its foot. Let it wait at the gate. Better to welcome modest consistency, a friend who turns up each day with small, reliable gifts. If travel plans jostle routines or grand celebrations tempt you toward buttery pastries, nod, smile, enjoy the moment. Then return at the very next meal to familiar guardians, a bowl of bean soup humming with savory steam, a crisp apple whose scent recalls autumn walks, a glass of creamy kefir that soothes the tongue. Health grows not from strict fences but from steady, forgiving pathways that always lead home. Remember, too, that dining is melody as much as medicine. Lay a cloth, light a candle, invite a neighbor to share laughter that tingles like ginger on the palate. The nervous system relaxes under warm company, allowing digestion to unfold like a well-rehearsed ballet. Food then becomes more than substance, it becomes story, memory, and gentle energy wrapped together. In that relaxed glow, muscles absorb building blocks more eagerly, and the orchard inside you bursts into silent applause. Picture a bustling farmer's market just after dawn. Canvas awnings billow like sails, and baskets overflow with colors that catch the eye the way sunlight catches dewdrops. Each stall offers not only taste but quiet power. A friendly cheesemaker lifts a wooden spoon through a vat of curd so silky they wobble like clouds caught in wind. Across the aisle, a grandmother in a floral scarf scoops lentils into brown paper, the tiny seeds rattling with promise. A fisherman unwraps fillets that gleam like polished river stones, still cool from pre-dawn waters. All these gifts are humble, yet each carries the very bricks your muscles crave. Strength loves variety the way a garden loves rain and warmth together. One day creamy cottage cheese can glide onto a slice of rye, its mild tang waking taste buds as gently as birdsong. Another day stewed beans can simmer with tomatoes until the kitchen smells like distant spice routes and family stories. Crack an egg into a warm skillet and watch the white set around a sunny yolk that holds morning inside it. Fold chopped walnuts into thick yogurt and feel a chorus of textures sing beneath your teeth. These meals do not demand silver spoons or complicated instructions, only a moment of attention and a promise to return tomorrow. Many listeners ask whether plant power can match animal gifts. Imagine two neighbors sharing a fence, one tends dairy goats, the other cultivates rows of chickpeas. At dusk they trade a jar of goat cheese for a basket of legumes, and both households sit down to tables rich in strength. Your body welcomes protein from either farm, slipping each strand into its loom and weaving new fabric without pausing to check passports. What matters is regular arrival, day after day, as sure as sunrise. Seasoning, too, lends persuasion. A pinch of herbs lifts cottage cheese from plain to playful. A squeeze of lemon over fish brightens flavor the way laughter brightens a room. When food delights the tongue, the mind registers reward and gladly repeats the ritual, turning nourishment into a favorite story told again and again. That is how habits anchor themselves, through pleasure as much as purpose. If travel or tight budgets nudge you away from fresh stalls, do not fret. Cans of beans wait patiently on pantry shelves, still eager to serve. Frozen fillets rest beneath thin frost, their goodness preserved like letters kept in a cedar box. Even a simple spoonful of peanut butter stirred into oatmeal can wave a small flag of victory. Opulence is not required, only consistency and a dash of creativity. With such ingredients at hand, the workshop of your body stays busy, chiseling resilience from every bite. Imagine a quiet town square at noon. Shutters creak, fountains whisper, pigeons drowse beneath statues. Then a single violin strikes a bright note, children begin to dance, and shopkeepers lean in doorways, smiling at the sudden festival. Motion awakens places, and your body is no different. When muscles stretch, twist, and carry weight, hormones flow like that music, calling cells to action and announcing, the celebration is not over yet. Movement need not resemble marathon trials or steely barbells. Think of it instead as a gentle conversation between bones and sky. Rise from a chair and sway side to side while waiting for water to boil. Roll shoulders in slow circles while sunlight plays across the tablecloth. Walk the length of a hallway with deliberate grace, toes pressing, arches lifting, heels landing like soft percussion. Each gesture is a postcard stamped with the message, builders still at work. Protein and motion share a partnership as natural as tide and moon. Nourishment provides raw lumber, movement sends blueprints, instructing where to place each beam. Without those instructions, lumber gathers dust in empty lots. Without lumber, plans remain ink on paper. Together they raise sturdy bridges between desire and ability, allowing you to stride across mornings that once felt daunting. Notice how breath joins this dance. As you lift a teapot or bend to garden beds, lungs draw deeper, ribs widen, and the heart drums steadier rhythms. Oxygen floods tissues and sweeps away fatigue like a fresh breeze clearing cobwebs from attic beams. Moments later the mind brightens, focus sharpens, and a warm confidence settles in the chest, whispering, "I can handle this." That whisper grows louder each day you choose to move, until eventually it speaks for you without thought. Small aches may protest at first, like sleepy cats reluctant to leave sunny windowsills. Offer them patience, warmth, and gradual motion, and they soon follow along, purring approval. If a joint complains, shorten the stride, slow the twist, breathe through discomfort instead of bracing against it. Listen, adjust, then continue. Muscles are teachable pupils, they only ask that lessons arrive regularly, wrapped in kindness rather than strict command. Freedom is the ability to decide. To choose the stairs because the view from the landing sparks joy, to kneel in a flower bed because weeds will not wait, to swing open a heavy door when opportunity knocks. Strength underpins every such decision. It whispers, "You may," where weakness mutters, "Better not." When legs feel solid, plans expand. A visit to a distant friend becomes an adventure rather than a logistical puzzle. A trip to the seaside transforms from wistful memory into weekend reality. Strong muscles also steady emotions. Imagine standing on a hilltop during brisk wind. If your footing is firm, you tilt into the gust and laugh. If ankles wobble, the same wind feels like threat. Balance in the body fosters balance in thought. Research shows, though we will skip the dense citations, that movement and protein influence brain chemistry in ways that brighten mood and sharpen memory. Practically, this means fewer misplaced keys, clearer recall of grandchildren's stories, and a steadier spirit when news headlines turn stormy. Independence carries dignity. Picture an elder rolling a suitcase through a train station, chin lifted, eyes alight with the thrill of travel. No helper hovers nearby, because none is needed. That suitcase rolls on a path paved by daily habits, the morning spoonful of yogurt, the afternoon stroll, the evening stretch beside an open window. Freedom may seem grand, yet it is stitched from countless small choices, each one saying, "I invest in myself." Stronger muscles even soften the passage of time for those you love. Relatives rest easier knowing you move confidently. Conversations shift from cautious inquiries about health to lively discussions of hobbies, recipes, and shared memories. You become partner rather than patient, participant rather than spectator, and that shift radiates through family like warm lamplight at the tallest oak once hid in an acorn nestled under fallen leaves. Likewise, lasting change may hide inside a single act so simple it feels almost silly. Select one doorway in your home and each time you pass through, pause to rise onto tiptoes, then settle back onto heels. Perhaps begin every evening by stirring a spoonful of cottage cheese into soup before carrying the bowl to your favorite chair. Maybe greet dawn by opening the curtains, inhaling deeply, and rolling shoulders back until the spine feels like a string gently pulled upright. The mind loves achievable tasks. Succeed once, then again, and confidence sprouts like tender shoots after rain. Those shoots send roots, anchoring habit into the soil of routine. Soon you add a short walk after lunch because tiptoe pauses have strengthened calves. Later you sprinkle toasted seeds over porridge because cottage cheese reminded you how energizing a protein touch can be. Progress becomes a quiet chain reaction, each link forged by earlier success. Treat missteps with the tenderness you would offer a grandchild learning to ride a bicycle. If travel disrupts the pattern or illness cuts a week from your ledger, simply return to the tiny habit that started it all. No scolding, no guilt, just the steady rhythm of beginning again. The body forgives quickly when kindness leads the apology. Night settles over a calm lake, stars pricking the velvet sky. A lone lantern sways at the end of a wooden pier, its flame protected by glass yet hungry for oil. You hold the flask. Each day you may pour a little, keeping light dancing across dark water, or you may set the flask aside and watch the wick fade to ember. The choice rests entirely in your hands. Daily protein, gentle motion, mindful enjoyment of color and flavor, these are the drops of oil. They are neither exotic nor scarce. They wait in humble markets, quiet sidewalks, and familiar kitchens. Pour them steadily and the lantern glows, guiding loved ones toward your laughter, illuminating paths you still wish to explore. Remember the campfire we spoke of when we first met? It has grown while we talked, flames licking higher with each new image of yogurt bowls and garden walks. Stand beside it now and feel its warmth on your cheeks. Hear the crackle that echoes the beat of your steady heart. Decide, here beneath the starlight, that tomorrow you will stoke this fire again. Decide that dawn will find you sipping strength from a simple cup, stepping into motion with a smile, and greeting life not as a burden of years but as a festival of possibilities. Then close your eyes, breathe the scent of smoke and pine, and carry that ember into sleep. Morning awaits, and it will honor the decision you make tonight.